everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome. I hope that you are enjoying your week. It is Saturday morning, well, not early, quite late Saturday morning, and I thought that while the sun is still up, because it is winter here, so the intensity of the sun fades very quickly. So I thought while the sun is up, I'm going to do some coffee dyeing or some blue food color dyeing. And I do want to do some coffee dyeing as well with some laces and stuff like that. But I think more importantly, what I want to do right now is dependent on the intensity of the sun, whereas the laces is not so much. So I thought I'd take you along on my experience, but I'm starting here in the craft room firstly, because I live next to a very, very busy national road, and I'm not sure, how distorted the sound is going to be if I go outside. So I thought I'll show you how I prepare for it, and then we'll take it from there. So there's two types of dyeing that I do. One is if I'm dyeing normal paper, which is, when I say normal, I'm not trying to get any patterns out of it or whatever. And then what I do on that one is that I will use these mats over here, these kind of mats here, and I will lay my paper on it like that, and then I will take my brush, dip it into my liquid, brush it out, on both sides, and then I will put it in an area in my craft room where there is sun, and I will leave it to dry that way. And in that way, if I have like a 5-minute break, or I'm at that point where I need to stretch because I've been sitting at the computer for too long or whatever the case may be, then that's what I would go and do. And I'd just do maybe 3 or 4 pages, and I would lie this on a flat surface in my craft room to dry where the sun gets to it. Okay, so I'm able to dye quite a few in this manner by doing that. However, I noticed that in order to get these type of prints, like for example these ones here or something like that, the sun through my craft room is not strong enough, which means that I have to wait for a weekend in the mornings to be able to dry it. And I haven't perfected it as yet, as you can see. And the reason why these look like this is because I started very late and the intensity of the sun was not strong enough. And that's what happened. You don't get such great transfers. However, if you start when the sun is really at its peak and shining and hot, you get pretty great prints. So I'm going to try again today. And also the reason why I'm trying again is because you can see how messed up that is because it didn't dry in time. The reason why I'm trying again is because I kind of am hoping for a different color. So I'm sure I told you that I'm doing the journal, the neutral journal, and in doing so, I wanted more of a very, very light, excuse my nails, and excuse my jacket if you can see it. It's really, really old, but I'm going to be doing some work today that requires old clothes. So yeah, sorry, deviating. Let's get back. Okay. I wanted something of that kind of a color, but I ended up with something of this color here. Now, I'm not quite convinced that I am going to get that color, more of a lighter color, because simply this technique that I use uses like 2 coats of the liquid. So it might even end up the same color, but we're going to try. I am using 2 different dyes, so this is the color I used for these ones here, and it's, I don't know whether you get this brand all over the world, but this is the Robertson's Food Coloring in Blue. You definitely get it in South Africa in all of your shops. So that's that. And then this blue here, I've got it in royal blue, and it's called Cake Flora, and it's a gel, what you call it, gel food coloring, you know, for your baking, to change the color of your fondant or your paste or whatever. So that's royal blue. When I look at the name, I realize royal blue, how can it be much different from that? But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I am going to try that out. So that's what I'm going to do today. And the technique that I'm going to be following in order to do that is that I will put this down here, just in case it's not very clear when I am outside. I will put this, I will put my paper on top, and I will do the very same thing. I'll take the liquid and I will brush it on this side, and then I will turn it over, and sorry, there's some writing on this side here, and I will gently you know, brush that on the other side as well. And I'll try as much as possible to take out as much of the you know, the creases, because once the paper is wet on one side and you turn it over, you do get your creases. So I'll try as much as possible, but it doesn't work all the time, so I'll try. Okay, and then once I've got that, then what I do is I take a doily and I place it on top of here like that, and I try to center it as much as possible depending on where I want the design. And then I will take my liquid, and then I will you know, brush it again. And what I will normally do, you will find, is you will find some stones around here. I've learned, you know, really hard that a hard lesson to have learned was that sometimes, you know, I leave this and I go inside because it takes about we'll leave it for about an hour or so, depending on depending on what I'm doing at that stage. So I will leave it, and then sometimes the wind might blow this away. Even if there's a little breeze, sometimes it will blow it away, and then my prints go all off. So I sometimes put the stones over here just to help it to weight, put the weight on it or weighten it down so that it doesn't move off on a simple breeze. Okay, so that is it, I think, from my side. I am going to go outside. You're going to see me working on a folding table, and you're going to see how I really do the technique. My brush is blue at the moment because I've been doing some, you know, food coloring or dyeing with food color during the week, and with this here, and I think this as well, the brush doesn't get stiff. Okay, and the brush I'm using over here is a pastry brush. Obviously I won't use it again in the kitchen. I really didn't like this brush for pastry. I kind of like the silicone ones, so this was just lying around in my kitchen, and I was well, I'm going to be using it. Okay, so that's why I'm using it. I'm assuming it's a pastry brush. I bought it from like a baking shop, not like a hardware store, but I don't think it really matters what type of brush you use. But if I have to give you any advice, it must be quite a large bristled brush, so that, you know, you're not using a normal little paintbrush and trying to do that. Cool, let's go. I'm not going to take my dyes out. I think I have sufficient amount to be able to finish, because I'm not even sure whether I'm going to use all of this. And then just the other thing is, you'll find me using a very bright tablecloth, and this is just a children's party tablecloth, and I use this in order to protect my my picnic table. Okay, so I don't want to take my picnic table out when we go with family and it has all these lovely colorful stains on them, so I try to protect it with that. That's it from me. I'm not sure how the camera is going to set up outside, and please bear with me if we don't get the proper setup, and also please bear with me if there's a lot of noise. But I'm just trying to be you know, show you how I do it, and I do it when I go outside. Okay, so we'll be back soon as I set up, and as soon as I set up the camera, I'll get back to you. Okay. I am here outside right now, and I apologize for the shadow that this is causing, but that's unfortunately, you know, when you're not set up properly. And just want to let you know that maybe, just maybe, I might have to just, you know, add some pages, I mean not pages, music to the background if when I'm editing it I find that it is way too loud for you. Okay, so I'll try in the video as much as possible to give you, like, you know, point things out and stuff like that, and edit it if I find that it's too long, and put it in some instructions. So let's get started. Okay, so let's see how much I can get on camera, and let's take it from there. Yes, it's the Hadida. The Hadida wants to be in the video, so my son wants to know whether he should get rid of it. So excuse the Hadida. So I'm doing it very lightly. And I'm not going to take you through all. I'm just going to take you through some of it so you can see what I actually do. Remember, I don't want a dark color, so I am not actually, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not pressing it down too much. I'm really lightly moving this across the page. And I'll try as much as possible to get rid of the little kinks on the page, but I'm not too concerned if it doesn't happen. And now I'm going to add that thing to it. Now this is one of those designs that you know, there's no real center to it, so you can get away. So when there's a lot of sun and your sun is really strong, I see quite often that it helps more if you, you know, soak the paper in a little bit more. So now I'm going to move this onto this side, and I'll probably insert a still shot later on of all that are drying. And I'm going to put these rocks, but now if I move this paper with the, I mean this sheet, not sheet, what am I talking about? The eating thing, placemat. With the rock it might be too heavy, so I'm gonna move it to one side of my table. And out of camera I am putting the stones on it, just enough to hold it in place. Okay, so let's take another one. And as you can see, these are all my children's old placemats that I kept, and they are plastic placemats. So here I've got some envelopes. That I'm going to try as well. And some doilies. And the wind has started. It's not a wind, it's a breeze, but still. These are very delicate, so that's what I sometimes do as well to speed up the process. Okay, so I'm just going to show you one more with some envelopes on it, and then I'm going to pause the video because it's going to be the very same thing that I'm going to be doing, just in quantity. Great, so that is it, and I'm hoping that you can see half decently. The light, sorry, is shining on it. So I'm hoping that you could see, and then I'll come back to you when I'm done with all. Everybody, this is Santri, and I'm back. Okay, so I wanted to show you this to you quickly, and I wanted to explain what happened over here so that you understand why these prints look the way they do. So you saw me, you saw that I actually took them outside and I showed you the technique of doing placing the papers and doing what we wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to show these to you, but just bear in mind what had happened is that we were filling the pool and the hose pipe sprung a leak, and yeah, well, it wet my papers all over again. And so I want to show you what happens in this case when there's extra water on your paper, and while it was drying, this happened. So if there's extra water on your paper before it starts drying, then I guess it's not so bad, because these ones, I'm going to show you the better ones where I did put extra water on it and it worked perfectly well, but not while it's drying. Okay, at the beginning you can actually add a little bit more. So I'm going to show these to you. These were an epic fail as a result of water getting onto them while they were busy drying, and too much of water getting onto them. And then I'm going to show you the results, the successful results of this technique, just so that you know that the technique isn't a fail, but what happens when you have too much of water sitting on your paper. Okay, so these were the doilies that I did, and if you look here, you'll see a bit of a green coming through, and that's because I didn't clean the doily. I think I must have not cleaned the doily, and then I think some coffee staining came through, but still the effects are really, really nice, so I'm definitely going to be using them. But also the color that I thought I was going to get out of it, I really didn't get it. So oh well, it's not a train smash, it is what it is. So I can actually use these, and I will use the ones that I already did. So these are the doilies, and I think they came out pretty cute. I'll give them another try some other time, just so that I can have much clearer prints. Okay, so now you can see that water coming through, that excess water, very much so on this one over here, that excess water. Okay, and I let it dry, kind of a thing, because it was I knew that the effect I was going to get wasn't going to be a great one. Oh well, the print wasn't going to be so clearly defined, but I just let it go, and I left it on until it was dry. And then also the sun had started losing its intensity, and probably if it was hotter or warmer, then maybe it would have dried up quickly and this wouldn't have happened. Okay, so lesson to be learnt: don't fill your pool when you are drying, because I don't know where the leak came from. It's not like, and we will do water our garden, so I don't know where the leak came from, but it was there and it just contributed to these results. Yeah, I mean, I don't think everything is a loss. I'm still going to use them, but I just wanted to show this to you, where there's extra water and what extra water can actually do to your prints. You can see it very clearly over here on this one here. Okay, and let's see, this one wasn't so bad, I suppose, because it's got more of an open design on it. But that one, sad, and sad as well. Yeah, epic fail on this one. So I suppose it all depends on where the water got to it. This one was drying really nicely, as you can see over here, before that happened. Okay, so that's what happens when you have excess water on it, and it is what it is. But I want to show that this technique really does work. So there's nothing wrong with it. So this one here was, I think, when I started putting them out into the sun over here by my in my craft room. You can see those edges are not so wonderful, and I did quite a few like that. So that's another one, another one. You can see this one barely has anything on it. Yeah. Oh, this one happened where the papers flew away, and then my son tried to put them back, but it didn't quite work. Okay, so there we go. And then look at that one now. Look at how beautiful that is. That was with good sun, and it was a pretty decent one. Yeah, it's another one, pretty decent result. There's another one with quite a good result over here. So the technique does work. Look at that. Sorry, my sons are down, and look at that one. So it does work. So that's a very good result there. And another one. So that works. And then these are the ones where last week I did these, and look, that's the first time I used that mat, and I was quite happy with the results here as well. Yeah, first time I used this, so I learned from the, but look at all these here. They work pretty well. I think this was also here. Tried to give it a go. And here was me using extra water as well to see what would happen. There's another one. There's another one. So you get very decent results in this manner. Look at how beautiful this is in here. Okay. And there's another one. So yeah, your results are quite good with the technique. So I wouldn't say that the technique doesn't work. I'd just say that definitely it will depend on what you're doing. So these that one now. That was last week, and then that's the same thing where the excess water spoiled it. But the very same technique that was used there. And look at this. Same technique. And this is today's one. Look at the huge difference here. Huge difference in the sense of it. Okay. See? So definitely the technique works, except for the fact that you need to don't dump a whole lot of water on it. Okay, so that's it. Two types of dyeing here. The best is leaving it out in the sun and making sure that it is quite bright, because here's the same technique, but here the sun was, this was in my room. Can you see the fading of it here? Because the sun wasn't strong enough for it. Okay, so definitely something to consider. And I think I messed all these up. Okay, it's only the blue ones, and I think I can find it very easily. All the ones that are really bad are the ones that dried today, meaning that I need to flatten these here and I flatten them with a notebook, using a notebook. Not a notebook, some very big, thick, heavy dictionaries. So that's it for today. Just wanted to bring you the results, and I wanted to bring, be real about the results that were achieved today, in terms of what will happen should you not, should there be too much of water on your page. But having said that, it doesn't mean that this is a total fail. I will still use this in my work. Just need to flatten it out and get that sorted. Now, okay, so thanks for being with me. Thanks for watching. As you can see, it's quite late, and I left it out longer thinking, oh, well, maybe I can recover from it. But yeah, I didn't. But I'm pretty happy with the doilies. They seem to be okay. Maybe they didn't get as wet as everything else. So well, I'm pretty happy with it. But just so that you know, you can get so much more defined results. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gents. And I do hope that you have an awesome rest of the Saturday. Ooh, look at my nails. Because I completely forgot to put gloves when I was working. I normally do, and I completely forgot. And yeah, that's it. Take care. Don't forget that we are doing our draw tomorrow for our 500 subscriber giveaway. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Please ensure that your subscription is public, and also please go and comment and like the video regarding vertical spaces, because that's where I'm going to be drawing from in terms of the people that are eligible for the draw for the digital kit from my Etsy store. Thank you. Have a blessed Saturday, and I'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye.